Welcome to Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. It's a place where you'll hear about the alternative healing methods to improve your mind, body, and emotional well-being.
Hi, welcome to Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. I'm Suzanne, Lynn, and we're glad that you're here today. Anita, we're going to kind of jump in talking about the difference between Western medicine and TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. Is that what that stands for?
That's what that stands for, Suzanne, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about what's the overall, Western medicine seems to be, and I've been cured of a lot of things in Western medicine, I'm not putting it down, but it seems to be very focused towards pills and treatments and kind of treating the symptoms, I guess, overall.
Correct.
How would you describe Western medicine?
Yeah, Western medicine is more symptom treatment.
Okay.
They're not looking at the potential causes of the illness. It's mostly just managing the symptoms, managing the disease, and whereas TCM is a totally different perspective on healing.
Okay, so say somebody comes into you, they've been on pills for, let's say for neck problems, for stress, for, headaches and things like that. I mean, they go to a doctor, they may be prescribed pills and maybe chiropractor, but what are you seeing when they walk in and they go, look, I got pain in my neck and my shoulders. What approach are you taking?
I'm taking an approach of overall, how do they respond in everyday life? What could be the causative factors with their neck pain? It could be anything from stress to maybe some trauma in the past. But you have to look at the pattern, and we diagnose according to patterns of heat and cold, excess and deficiency. So a person might be deficient and make them more susceptible to neck issues or bone issues. So we have to take that into consideration, even though we do symptom treatment, because we want to first and foremost get the person out of pain.
Right. I imagine, the first goal for everybody is to get people out of pain. They
Correct.
walk in, their life doesn't matter if they walk into a veterinary hospital. If they've got pain, they just want it to stop.
Yes.
But your approaches are just different.
They're very different, and we do a lot of palliative care where we will do continuous treatments for that issue, but couple it with herbs and other treatment modalities, other therapies.
Okay.
So they will come in for maybe a series of 4 to 5 treatments and see if we can get on top of the pain and really quell all the symptoms and then work on the root of the problem.
That's a really positive thing. What are you seeing when people are going to the doctor and they're doing, you take one medicine and then there's a side effect to that one. Now you have to take another one to overcome that side effect. How does that work with TCM? Are you working with herbs that have that same effect?
We're working with herbs that have that same effect, but the herbs, like I say, are really working on treatments to establish a good foundation for the body so those symptoms clear up. We don't like to do too much symptom treatment. We want to work on what's causing the problem.
Okay. Getting to the root of it.
Getting to the root of the problem. And I know a lot with drugs, especially prescription medications, they are good for cutting the pain, but long-term use, you're going to have more issues with chronic pain.
Okay, so it's almost masking it.
It's masking it, and then it creates another cascade of pain in and of itself.
Okay. All right, well, I've got some more questions. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come right back to this.
Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine is all about healing your mind, body, and emotional well-being with traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. From chronic and acute pain to arthritis, IBS, digestive health, inflammation-related autoimmune conditions, insomnia, colitis, depression and neuropathy, and even infertility, TCM can treat a variety of symptoms and more. And the hundreds of herbs Anita is educated in not only treat symptoms, but boost nutrition in the body. If you're tired of being in pain and feel like you've tried everything, this is the time to call Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine and find out more about the healing ways of acupuncture and herbal medicine. Easy telehealth options are even available. Call Anita today at 352-231-2000.
Welcome back. Suzanne, Lynn with Anita Brown. We're talking today about Western medicine opposed to TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, which is different from modern Chinese medicine.
Correct.
Is that right? Now, what's the difference between those two?
The difference between TCM and modern Chinese medicine is that TCM works with the ancient texts. Back in ancient China, there were certain illnesses that they addressed. So TCM is maybe more limited than modern Chinese medicine, where more study and research has gone into more modern diseases and how to treat them.
Okay. And there's a longer history.
And
I mean,
very much,
yeah.
yes. And they've actually been able to, I guess you would say, refine the medicine, because over, it's over 3,000 years old. So they've been building on that medicine for this long.
Yeah.
Whereas we think Western medicine is maybe only 100 years old. So there's a lot, it's a steep learning curve.
Yeah. And the thing that's interesting to me is that you talk about combining a lot of different herbs. I mean, with Western medicine, they're like, well, if you want to, help your inflammation, maybe a little bit of cayenne pepper in your eggs. You take that to an nth degree of, look, there is a whole formula for things that you need to constantly keep doing to try to get to the root of the problem, right?
Correct. And with single herb formulas, and a lot of people will say, well, I take this herb and it causes acid reflux, or it causes indigestion. And too much of that one single herb will. That's why our formulas are very balanced. So they won't affect digestion adversely. They won't give you any other side effects. If it's the correct formula, it's going to be individualized for the person, and it's going to support them in any state.
One of the things that I think stands apart from Western medicine, having experienced both Western medicine and TCM, is when I walk into a doctor's office, he's taking my blood pressure, he's weighing me, which I hate, and you don't do that, so I love that. But when I come into your place, you're checking my pulse. And besides them counting, heartbeats, they're not doing what you're doing. You're checking for like 70 different things. I think that's a huge difference between the two, Western medicine, TCM.
Yes, I take the pulse. So I do a pulse diagnosis is what it's called. So I sit with a person. There are 6 major pulse positions on the wrist, one on each side. And I look for different qualities within the pulse. So I can tell past, present, and future history, health history of the individual.
That is crazy to me. Like, you were telling me things. Do you have digestive problems? Like, yes, I've had stomach problems since I was a little girl. In 2nd grade, I can remember. And you're like, yeah, I know.
Right.
Like, what? Oh, no, you can't see my PIN numbers, can you?
Well, that's the thing. And people get, some people don't want to come in because they're afraid of what I might find.
Sure.
So I always, keep an open mind about it, because things change and dynamics. And if a person is very stressed, I can feel that on the pulse. But it masks other qualities. So it might be stress might be the major issue that's covering up other things.
So as we kind of wind down the show, when we're talking to somebody who's had whatever problems, chronic pain, digestive problems, and they say, I've tried everything. I've gone to every doctor possible. Well, maybe it's time to think about acupuncture, herbal medicine, right?
Yes, because acupuncture and herbal medicine is a complete medicine. I mean, I treat a lot of pain, but I also treat a lot of people with digestive issues, migraines, fertility issues, the whole gamut.
What was really interesting also to me was that you wanted to see results right away. Like, someone recently said, all that matters is results. And I felt a lot better. Like, I want to see results by the 5th one if I don't see it. So this is not an ongoing, oh, well, let's just keep you coming in once a week for 6 months. And I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, with TCM or modern Chinese medicine, we feel that if we can't get treatment results between, after the 6th or 10th treatment, we usually give 6 to 10, depending on how long the person's been in that condition. We say that, we can't help.
Wow.
It's profound. Some of the people will just say that they needed one treatment and they were healed, let's say, a spontaneous healing. But I don't have the magic wand, and it doesn't always work that way.
You would cost a lot more money if you did.
Oh my God, I would. Yes, my services would be very expensive. I'd be doing the circuit too.
Anita, thanks for joining us today. I love
thank
this
you,
one.
Suzanne.
We'll talk again soon.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. Please feel free to call her with questions that you may have at 352-231-2000 or visit her website at www.anitabrown.acupuncture.com. We're thrilled to be able to share stories and insight as to how alternative Chinese medicine may help improve your life and decrease chronic physical and emotional pain. And please be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single episode. Individual results may vary, and our advice is not a substitute for medical advice from a physician. Please consult a physician before making any changes or adding to what has already been put in place for you.